Hey there and happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. My hubby and I ventured out to, I think, the middle of nowhere, but towards the middle of North Dakota for my son's football game. And it was a long trek, 5.5 hours just driving each way, but it was great to take that in. Big win out there. And so that makes it worth it. And seeing my kids always worth it. I love seeing my kids, even the ones that live by here. Hi there, Tori. So today I'm continuing my September series with card number 6 for the month. And I had a couple of people say, hey, I can't wait to see what you do for fun Halloween things. I did like a cute packaging thing a while back, and I have something upcoming for my Monday Medelia Community Ed class, and I've done one thing here, but you know what? It's like, yeah, Tori, it's just so fun to see you pop up live. That's unusual in your busy schedule. So today I'm doing Halloween. I love putting together cute little Halloween things and definitely playing out the Halloween colors of that I like to use anyway. I like to pull in purples and greens with black when I do my Halloween things, and so hopefully you'll enjoy the colors that I've used today too. And if not, you can go, you know what, maybe I like the card layout and I'm going to do my own spin on colors. Some people like to make their witches and different things like the more fall colors of like the pumpkin colors and just that type of tone or whatever too. Hi there, Wendy. Hi, Joyce. So let me see if my iPad is caught up. If not, I think I'm just going to go ahead with what I've got here. Sometimes my iPad plays along, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so let me just set that down anyway and get my camera turned around. Thank you, Tori. You've hardly even seen the card and you already like it, so that's a good sign. And it didn't take too long to color. Sometimes I was like, oh, I picked there's 2 witches in the stamp set. I picked the other one because it looked like it was simpler to color, because I have to really like something to color it. And then I colored this one. I'm like, oh, I love this little witch. Love it. So hi, Amy. Good to see you on here. And as I look at names, I'm like, oh, I can see like the names that have popped up. I can see this person doing this and switching out that, or just getting the idea or copying the layout for something else. So hopefully you can see this, even if you go, you know, I don't need Halloween, but maybe just copying this layout and putting something else in the big circle and putting a different type of sentiment there might be kind of fun as well. So there we have it. So this is the best stamp set. You might have recognized this. I did that cute little packaging for one of my virtual hostesses not too long ago, and it's always fun when I can look and go, all my stamps are put together, because I have used them as of today, all of the stamps in the stamp set, and that's always exciting to me to know like they're all useful. Not that they're not usually, but it's just exciting to use. So there you have it, 55, and you'll see that it pairs really well with the black and white designer series paper, which I've used for different things too that have the Halloween theme. Today I'm not using it. I'm not using any designer series paper, which, you guys, that's kind of like in and of itself like something very unusual from me, because if you know me at all, I love designer series paper and incorporate it in probably 98% of my projects. So hopefully you still like today's card and it looks like something I created, because I did create this all by myself. Lately, or the last couple of cards, I've kind of copied and pasted from other things that I've seen other people come up with, because it's something I thought you would like. But today it's my own creation. Hi there, Rosina. So like I said, today I've got Parakeet Party, one of the new in colors, Highland Heather, basic black, basic white. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So to start out, I'm going to pull out the split card textures dies. For a while there, I kind of shelved it because they were unavailable, but they are back and available for purchase. When you buy the set, it's this split card, so that looks like that. And then this one has more of like a floral look to it, but I say floral, but I think like, man, if that was like a background for Christmas, I want to do something like that. I think it would make it look really fancy. So that's what comes with it. So I've cut a piece of Highland Heather 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to bring over my cut and emboss machine here and put that on top of here. And I always kind of like go, all right, I want to put enough of a margin here that I can get some decent amount of some kind of adhesive glue or something on there. So that's kind of where I mark where I want to put that when I put that through. And then because it's kind of detailed, I'm going to run it through twice. And then we have that, so that just comes right out. As you can see, nothing stuck in there. So that's always a fun die when that doesn't happen. And then this, I'm just going to push those little pieces through. A lot of them fall out on their own like so. And I was going to have like one all done so that there wasn't any extra poking to do, but they come out really quick. Like I feel like just moving it like this, a lot of them come out, and I kind of wanted to show you how easy it was too. So yeah, and what I like about it is even though like it's a nice graded look, it's very sturdy. So as I pull these pieces out and such, it's not like it's gonna tear it. So I feel like it's a really sturdy cutout too. So I think I've got almost all of them. About the time I think I've got them all, then they're hiding back there. All right, now we've got them all. And then I'm going to take this and just scoot that in the garbage. So that when I go to run that through with a different die, that doesn't interfere with that. So I have all these little pieces of paper. Usually I'm a lot more neat about it, but neat sometimes takes an extra second of time, and I didn't want to be off camera to be neat for you guys. How's that? Hey there, Lisa. Good to see you on here. Hi, Pam. Pam, we're going to be coloring today, so make sure that you stay tuned. So I'm just going to sweep off some of those extra little bits and pieces. And if you like confetti, this would make kind of fun little pieces of confetti to keep to put in your card. Don't worry. I know there's a lot of you that don't like confetti. I'm not going to hang on to that and surprise you with a card in the mail with bunches of confetti, right? Okay, so next what I'm going to do is take just a big piece of basic white, and then I'm going to pull over the cute little witch from Best Witches, and because it's kind of larger, I'm going to go on top of it this way instead of putting the stamp to the ink, and I'm going to give her kind of a center spot here off to the side, so you can see she stamps out really cute. Isn't she adorable? And then that's the only other cutting and embossing machine that I'm going to be using. So let me show you what other dies I'm using. This is my other die set today, the Stylish Shapes dies. This is the largest one, so you can see not only does it cut out a circle, it stitches it as well. So we've got those banners in there and circles and squares. So I really love the Stylish dies. If you're like, yep, I know you do because you use them all the time. That's true. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. And like I said, it's the largest circle, and she kind of like, I maneuver her so I'm getting as much of her as I can. And keep in mind that even if it looks like I'm cutting something off, it still might be okay by the time I run it through. Yep, nothing got cut off. So even though some of it gets covered up here and up there, once I run it through, it's all on there. So that's always good. So I can set that machine aside, set my die aside, and then what I'm going to do is go right into coloring mode, which means I'm going to get this a little bit closer here and look at the slew of colors that I chose to use today. I'm going to start with Parakeet Party, because I'm most excited about it. It's one of the new in colors, and all of a sudden I went, oh, that's right, we have that new in color that's a bright green, and I do a lot with Granny Apple Green, and sometimes this is just a little bit too bright for like grass and things like that, but for Halloween I'm like, oh, this is going to be so fun to use the the Parakeet Party on my card. So I'm just going to go kind of around the edges, and she's got this kind of swirl detail in her dress. I'm just going to go across that and then kind of do that there. So I've got some of the green filled in for that, and then I'm just going to hit these three little bubbles that are coming out of her cauldron like so. So that's it for the dark Parakeet Party. And next I'm going to take the light and just kind of fill that in, come towards the buckle here in her hat and fill in the center. And then I have to make sure I don't cover up her hand here. I'm just going to fill in the rest of her cute little witch's dress. Who knew that witches could have cute dresses? And then I'm just going to switch here, switch tips, and just kind of fill in that little tiny area there just to kind of ground the cauldron and her. I always feel it's important to have that. A lot of times I use smoky slate to do that little shadowing on the bottom. But today I was like, you know what? Let's do some green to make it look extra spooky for Halloween. Hi there, Julie. Next, I'm pulling in some dark pumpkin pie and just kind of putting the bottom of the flames in that color. And that's all I'm using that for. And then next, the dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to hit that buckle with the Daffodil Delight. And for some reason, I feel like, I don't know if it's because of the other complementing colors, it makes it look gold, which is fantastic. And I'm going to hit the tops of these flames to make them look more like real flames. It's kind of funny because it kind of makes it look like a flame or a fall leaf or even candy corn. And I know Tori loves candy corn. Hey there, Kay. Thanks for sharing my video. And there's my sweet friend Karen, way from the East Coast, joining in too. Hello there, Karen. All right, so next I'm going to, let me see, I'm gonna save the black for last. So I'm gonna do bronze. Bronze and ivory come together. And so my bronze, I'm just going to do a little bit of these logs here. With the bronze, no two-toning it for that, just one solid color. And I'm just going to kind of come up, you know how when you have like pots, sometimes when they get hot, they're a little different colors. So I'm just going to kind of go around those flames with that bronze there. And then today, I think my last witch had blonde hair. So today this one's going to have more brown locks. So I'm just going to trace that with the bronze. And then next I'm going to do my ivory, and that's going to be, now where's my scratch paper? Because, you know, I just did this a half hour ago. I want to make sure that I get the right color with the right thing. So hold tight. They're kind of similar in color. So actually, yes, my ivory here is going to go over the rest of her hair. There we go, kind of over top. And I'm just going to go like right underneath her hat. I knew what I was going to do with each color. I just wanted to make sure I got the right one. All right, so that's going to go and finish the hair there. Tori's like, all right, thumbs up, because Tori would be like, I'd rather have you just like slow down and make sure it's right. And then I'm going to pull out the neutral tones, the new ones that Stampin' Up! Came out with. This says SU for Stampin' Up! 800. So I refer to these by number just because that's how Stampin' Up! Kind of has them listed on the markers. And a lot of you, when you've ordered them, just got all of them right away and kind of have stored them in the little storage units. So that's why I like to refer to them by number as well. Okay, so just using that 800 on the skin tones there for the face and that. But that's what I love about the skin tones too, is now we have lots of skin tones. So even though that may look like who I'm sending a card to, somebody else that you might be sending a card to might look totally different. And even my kids have such different skin tones, so it's kind of good to see that I can make their card specific for them too. Yeah, there we go. So next I'm switching to, hi there, Sherry, basic black, but it's the light basic black. So sometimes on camera I feel like this looks maybe a little purple or gray or something, but it is the light basic black. So I'm just going to kind of blend the rest of that cauldron in from the brown base to the basic black. And I'm just going to finish in her cape here. I realized that my dark basic black bit the dust, guys, so I need to reorder that. So if you're wondering, why didn't she use like the two-tone with that big hat? of her basic black? Well, when it bites the dust and you go to your spare parts little box and go, oh, there are no spare parts today, then it gets added to the must order next order, and then we'll go with just the light version of the basic black today. And that keeps me real, guys, right? Because if I always had everything at my fingertips all the time, like I've had for the last 26 years, you guys would almost start to wonder about me, wouldn't ya? Okay, so I've got that filled in. And actually the light basic black does a great job with all that too. So kind of went over just a little bit with the hat, just in that one area of hair, which isn't the worst spot to get it. But I'm like, you know what? Sometimes if you go over that again with the brown, it can kind of tame things down a little bit. So I think I'm just going to kind of do that with her hair. And then of course, once that dries and kind of blends together, I think that'll be good. So kind of fixed that. And I think it actually adds, it makes it look a little bit 3 more dimensional too, as far as on her face. So maybe that wasn't the worst little mistake to make. All right. So now I'm going to bring my camera back up and then just finish assembling the card for you guys. So I'm going to widen my space here on my desk. So my only other stamping for the front is going to be the sentiment, "You've put a spell on me," which I think is so appropriate for this fun little cauldron here. And let me just grab a little scrap of like 1-inch strip of basic black to do that. And then I'll pull over my Memento black ink pad. Just going to stamp that on there like so. Does it look a little crooked? I'll see. If I can do it better on the other side, then we'll pick. We'll be like better 1 or better 2. All right, that one looks to me a little bit better, but I think because of the funkiness of the spell, it maybe isn't crooked. It's just kind of that it's got a little bit more of a little design to that too. And then to kind of tie this together before I put it on my card, I want to tie the sentiment with everything that I've colored. And as you can see from my sample here, like a big purple background. And I do want to put this on top of more Parakeet Party to bring that green together. But also what I'm going to do is just kind of take this with the brush tip and just kind of go over the spell part of that word, like so with the lighter one. And then it kind of just highlights that and just brings that together. So with that, I'm going to just put my tape on there like so. And then my matting for this is, let me double check, 2 inches this way by 1 1/4 of the Parakeet Party. And now the rest of this is ready to get put together. That's for the inside. So like I said, when I was running this through, I kind of wanted to make sure that I had some space there and there, but allowing that to not get like ripped off or cut through or anything. And so I'm just going to take my adhesive here like so. And then on this bottom part, I can just kind of dab at it. If you are a glue lover, a lot of people, I know when I would have in-person events, a lot of people love our glue, and so that works great too for this type of project. So I'm just going to take a swipe at where there's extra adhesive showing up there, and now I can press that down. And before I put these little things on, I'm going to put a little bit of embellishment, my ribbon on, just so that it doesn't snag on that. And for my ribbon today, guys, I'm pulling it from the 2022 to 2024 In Color Baker's Twine pack. So we've got all the fun new in colors in this little pack here. And this one is, of course, the Parakeet Party. So we've got that. And then I'm just going to wrap that around a couple times, and that's going to help bring in that Parakeet Party on top of the purple and black too. So I'm just going to give that a knot. All right, and get my appropriate scissors. I have one for just cutting ribbon that never sees paper, if I can help it. All right. And thank you, Kay. I thought this kind of turned out cute. I can brag about it when like the artist from Stampin' Up! Has put together such a cute image. Then I don't feel like I'm like bragging about what I did because it's just so cute to start with. It just takes a little bit of coloring in and then it's good to go. So I'm just going to put like about 5 dimensionals behind there and about 3 behind here. And like I said, for those of you that might go, you know what, I don't really like get into Halloween. I know there's a lot of you that do it. I'm always amazed by your list of like how long they get with fun Halloween things when Stampin' Up! Comes out with this particular catalog. But just know that you can always take this and have a different layout. So put something on here that might be different. And then I'm just going to kind of put her in the corner. And I love that she covers up, you know, like the fair amount of the thick part. Then you still have that pretty texture die that is showing through there. And then I'm just going to kind of put this at a little bit of an angle on top there, like so. How cute is that? I just love this purple and green combination. And then for additional accessory, I'm going to grab my 2022 to 2024 in color matte decorative dots, and you can see I've used up like completely a couple of the colors there already. And I'm just going to grab like the darkest of the dots here. I'm just going to put that one down here and then kind of grab a lighter of the parakeet party here, but still a big dot. And with my take your pick tool, kind of put that up here and then grab a tiny one and just kind of put that there as well to fill up that little spot. And I just think that really connects everything, that little last embellishment. Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Tori. Now for the inside, I don't usually go too overboard, but today I am adding color just because I couldn't resist. So I put, if you've got it, haunt it. How fun is that saying from the Best Witches stamp set? And the kind of grumpy looking frog that like really could care less. But I feel like he kind of goes along with, if you've got it, haunt it. This frog kind of looks like, yeah, I've got it. And everybody just knows it. So I don't have to really hardly flaunt it. But for coloring in him, I'm just going to take, now I'm going to sneak in there. I did take the darker. I just am using one color, and I'm going to take the brush tip here, and I'm going to fill in his eyelids with the darker of the parakeet and kind of his legs as much as possible here. And then something that I don't always do well is I just, if you could see, did a scribble color, and that allowed some of the white space to stay. And when I see other artists and even some of the cards I get from you guys that leaves different white spots just here and there, little subtle white spots, I feel like that looks so cool. And a lot of times I feel like everything has to be colored in perfectly. Like for her, I feel like, yes, I wanted to color in her perfectly. For the frog, kind of wanted to leave a little natural white space on there. So that's what I did. And that's why I also could color this in so quick. So that's why I'm like, yeah, let's put a little color on the inside. Often I will put something in here, just stamp it one plain color, nothing colored in, to kind of connect it to the front. But if you've got it, haunt it, and you've put a spell on me. So so thanks, Joyce. Yeah, like I said, that new parakeet party is such a fun bright green color for Halloween, let alone like spring and summer. And I'm kind of curious now if I can do something that's not going to be too bright but kind of bold for Christmas with that bright green color too. So thanks so much. Let me get this turned around. So that is some more Halloween inspiration for you guys. Whoops, it doesn't help when I put my tripod on top of my scissor. There we go. So that is card number 6 for the month of September for some inspiration for you guys. And how you can get my cards is if you place an order using my special host code for the month, which I will post with the still shot of this card as soon as I'm done here. Then if you order a minimum $75 order, you'll get my 8-pack of these special cards that I'm crafting this month for free. That includes me mailing them out to you or if you're local, that includes me delivering and saying a hello to you in person. And if you go, you know what, I just want the cards, that's okay too. Let me know that you want the cards. And then the cost of that is $25 for the set. And that also includes local delivery and postage. So I'll pay for that to get to you, get the cards out to you too. So, let me know if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully let me know like by midweek next week, just so that I can make sure that I have plenty of supplies on hand and plenty of time to get the cards made and out to you. So have a great rest of your night, and I will plan on seeing you tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.